The 8th Judicial District Court CASA program urgently needs volunteers.
Here to share her story and the importance of this organization is Dr. Lisa Morris-Hibbler, a CASA volunteer. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure.
Yes. So, Lisa, what motivated you to become a CASA volunteer?
So I've always been a youth advocate, but a good friend of mine, the late Tyrone Thompson, Assemblyman Tyrone Thompson, always talked about his experience as a CASA. And so I learned about how you can make an impact in the lives of children in foster care and wanted to do that.
It's a program, and we've spoken to many volunteers that have sat on the couch and shared their experiences and why they do it. It's one that people don't just do once and then drop out. It's something that retains the volunteers, and that's clearly for a significant reason. So what has the reason been for you that keeps you drawn in and doing this year after year?
Yeah, so I think the opportunity really to work with a young person at a dark moment in their life and to really let them know that that's not going to be like their entire future, and to support them all the way. And I think what the CASA program does exactly that. You know, these are children that are in foster care that really need an adult, a caring adult that can support them. And honestly, when your case is closed, you still retain that relationship. You know, I still check on my CASA kids from previous cases just to see how they're doing, and you see the milestones, you know, when they graduate from high school, or, you know, they go on to other things in their lives. And so just having that relationship with them.
What personal impact has this been for you to be a volunteer and to be sort of, you know, these kids' voice in a sense?
Yeah, so I'm a mother of 3 children, and I think that when I go in, I come from a place of just letting them know that I'm supporting them and that they have somebody that they can talk to throughout that process. It's very frightening for young kids, and I think that's what, you know, hopefully your viewer and audience will know, that they're unsure of what's happening. They don't have a voice. And so as a CASA, we are that voice, and we are seeing them every week. And so we know more about them than a lot of people, and we can be that advocate and be that person that helps them navigate through anything. I mean, one of my CASA kids went to the 8th grade dance. I mean, it was like, you know, that's a major moment when they're going to high school, and you get to help them, put them, you know, help her get dressed and do all those different things, and just see how happy that the children are because you're there and they know they can rely on you. So.
Well, we know obviously that you're heavily involved with CASA and have been for a number of years, but we also understand, Lisa, that you also work in other community aspects. You're part of sorority as well. This is obviously a big part of you know who you are and what you like to do to give back. But what should be the motivation for someone else who you would have asked to donate their time and become a CASA volunteer? Why should they do that?
I would just tell people we have 3,000 children in Clark County at any given time that are in the foster care system, and these young people need somebody, an advocate. They need a person that they can rely on. And we currently have around 450 CASAs, such as myself, and we need around 1,000. So we are here today to make a plea to the public. I've been in Las Vegas for almost 30 years, and I know how much Las Vegas cares. And we are asking for people who care about kids to come and be a CASA volunteer. It is 2 hours out of your week. And I can tell you as an executive and a mother and a wife that you can make the 2 hours, and it will be 2 of the greatest hours that you give to young people in need.
What is the most rewarding part of being a CASA volunteer?
I think the most rewarding part is really when you follow your case, when you're working with children and you see them in a permanent situation, a permanent family, and knowing all along the way how you helped them. Everything from me taking my young folks to Sequest, to taking them for pizza or roller skating. Those are just like those moments. Those moments mean so much to the children, and having them excited about seeing you, or having one say, "Hey, I don't want my case to close because I want you to be there." You know, like you form that bond, and that bond is something that just lives on. And so I think that is really the most rewarding, knowing that you're making a difference.
I think that bond is something we hear on a continual basis from CASA volunteers that lasts a lifetime. So my next question is, are any of the kids that you previously worked with going to come over to this weekend for the Memorial Day barbecue?
For the Memorial Day,
we were talking about that barbecue.
No, unfortunately, none of my CASA kids are coming.
If they heard
But
the menu, they would be there in a half.
Right,
so,
right.
Yes.
Lisa, thank you for what you do with them, and thank you for your time this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes. To learn more about the CASA program, you can visit them online at casalasvegas.org.